Man, CDC, man. Send me this top tier information that I'm about to tell you. Woo, woo. A research that was done back in 2015, 7 years ago, still sufficient information. This study conducted research from 2009 to 2014, stating that over 1 million student athletes suffered from an injury. That's crazy. From that 5 year gap, 2009 to 2014, people weren't told how to avoid any leg injuries, not even leg injuries in that matter, any athletic injury. Now, that is over 200,000 injuries per year. And most of these injuries, about 63% of them, happen during practice. That's crazy. That is crazy. What are these athletic injuries and how are they occurring? Well, I'll start off with the most common injuries, the most common places that people got injured. It says here that the most common injury was the hip flexor strain. Right here, right across here. That's some nuts information, to be honest with you. ACL tear, concussion, groin pull, and shin splints. For me, the most common injuries were a knee injury. Never tore my ACL, but I always felt as if I kind of wanted to tear it. Sorry, that was a little inappropriate. I'm talking about how to avoid athletic injuries. So, I'll show you 2 stretches for the knee joints because I did a lot of them. I went to my physical therapist in high school, and it was physical therapists. That's what they would be considered. And then shin splints because I suffered a lot from shin splints back in the day, back in the good old soccer days. And how these athletic injuries occur is usually through engaging yourself in strenuous activities such as sports and exercise including that, which would be, hitting the gym, getting the dumbbell curls up, and it occurs from a lack of proper technique and a lack of conditioning. And I can 100% get down and funky with that because that just 100% makes sense to me, at least, because of everything. All right, I'm going to start off with some shin splints exercises that, I most commonly did all the time. And I'm going to start out with this one. I don't know, I'm going to go back here. You usually do this one against the wall. You take your, whatever leg was feeling, had the shin splints. You go up against the wall. Make sure your feet are straight. Grab that flag or whatever one had the shin splints. Take your ankle, bend it at like a 45 degree. Oh my god, bad balance. Place it on the ground and push. And it would get rid of the pain in your ACL from here, all the way up here. This is where the ACL, shin splints, where the shin splints would be right here. And you could feel it, and you rotate, for me at least, because I got shin splints in both spots. But I have a lack of balance right now, so it's really a bad exercise to show. Another one that I always did. Now this one requires me to get on the ground. Make sure you're in a proper technique like this. You want to feel your muscles in your thighs right now up against it. And then what you wanted to do was grab your hands, keep inching back, and arc your back. You wanted to arc your back and then keep going back. This would, in fact, because it takes the pain, basically what you're doing is you're stretching out your legs from leaning back. You're using your body to stretch these muscles out. And from where your shin splints would be activated would be where you would do it. I learned it, and it felt really good. And it felt really nice. And now for some knee exercises. Some knee ones that I didn't normally do, but some that I've been told have helped. One of them would be, you want to go out like this, stretch it out, make sure that this leg remain solid. You can move this any way you want and make sure this leg stays straight. Make sure you feel it in your knee, right here, and you're gonna feel it along these muscles here. And then with this leg, whatever leg you're trying to balance on, whichever leg is bent, you want to feel it in your knee. That's where you want to feel it. And so you could go off, do these, We Fit taught us that, you know what I'm saying? Another knee exercise. This one's going to require me to get on the ground. Again, I'm just going to take a little breath. I'm not out of breath. I'm just, you need to sit down. Legs straight. Okay? Make sure your feet are up like this for right now. Bring this leg in, or whatever leg you wanted to use. Take your arms and stretch out towards your toes. You can relax your foot now. Make sure it's still stretched. You're going to feel it within this area right here, this whole area. And it feels incredibly amazing. So I'm just going to do this inside too. Ooh. Those were the exercises that, well, the knee ones are ones that I didn't commonly do, but the shin splints ones I always did, all the time. And how I was told to avoid these athletic injuries as well was to stay hydrated. Make sure you're drinking that water. Make sure you're drinking everything. Make sure everything's going all right. And another thing would have been just make sure you're focused and make sure your mind is not at ease. Not at ease. I meant at ease. And make sure you understand fully what you're getting yourself into, because athletic injuries are scary.